Good morning, fellow paranormalers. Today is the 5th of December 2014 and I'm in the car again. It's the easiest time I can try and get and do a video. So anyway, obviously first week of December pretty much gone already. I don't really know what happened in November. It seemed to disappear rapidly. I've never known a month to go so fast, probably because I've been actually extremely busy with one thing and another, so which is always good. But yeah, today I'm going to do quite a number of videos. I'm going to try and keep these really short, actually. Again, I've been doing quite a lot of sessions and such like. A lot of them are actually private sessions. Some are personal and some are research, and been browsing quite a few interesting websites. A lot of discussions going on about ITC software based sort of systems, really, and I have my own opinion of those. It's positive. It's not my first go-to solution, but it like a lot of these things, they're still in research, and they have a place. And I'm going to explain this in a different video. But anyway, today's video is I actually bought, and I don't buy many of these actually. I actually bought a book about sweep radio technology and capturing EVPs and using them in sessions and such like, and it was actually written by a chap who I follow on a Facebook forum, and it's written by Michael Hobert Edwards, and the book is entitled Speaking to the Dead with Radios. I got it on Kindle, because I've got a tablet that I use for my Echo Box, and I read it over 2 days. I would have been able to read it in probably the whole thing in probably about 3 hours at my speed. Very interesting, actually. I mean, it isn't just about, talking to the dead through radios. There was a lot of other bits and pieces of useful information in there. A lot of it I've obviously, because I've been doing this for such a long time, and pre the digital age, really, it would have been useful for me as a newcomer, sort of nearly 40 years ago now, to actually have read something like that, because then you wouldn't realise that you were weird, as I think a lot of paranormalers, especially when you're young and it's new, and you find that you have this gift or skill of being able to talk to people who've passed on. You tend to get ostracized, you get called names, you get called all sorts of things. So it would have been very useful to have that, and I think the book is very valid even now, because this Michael Edwards was actually kind of got interested in the whole spirit box sweep radio technology from the very beginning, and knew obviously some of the other, if you like, founders of that, using that kind of technology in research, and like people like Frank Sumpton, I think his name is, and then there was a Joey Pelly, I can't remember the names, but anyway, the Joe's box and the Frank's box and such like. So yeah, interesting book. I would actually recommend that that you buy it, that people buy it anyway, because it's got a lot more information in it than just about spirit radios and sweep technology. And using that to talk to people who've passed on. So, and it wasn't hugely, it was not very expensive. But this is rare for me. This is rare for me to say this. It will be a book that I will read again, and it is already a book that I've referred back to clarify some things myself. So, you know, it's not, you know, the world's definitive book on radio sweep technology, but there is actually quite a lot of very valid information in there, and I found it useful, and I shall be recommending anyone who doubts, you know, sort of this technology and using it to actually talk to spirits and people who've passed away, you know, to go and read that book, because, you know, it is very frank, very easily laid out, very easy to understand, and yeah. So, you know, I'm not really endorsing the book. I'm just saying that I bought the book and I found it useful, and, you know, I think, you know, there's a lot more, and other people have said this as well, there's a lot more information in Michael Edwards' book than just about the technology for sweep radios, etc. So, you know, about generally speaking to people who've passed on and understanding how this all works. I also came across this morning, actually, before I left this morning, a website that also, I think it was called ITC Voices, and that was also very interesting, and it kind of talked about not the hardware, what I call the hardware radio systems, but the software, you know, like the Echo Vox and the GB1 and the GB Rift, I think they call it, and these kind of apps that are being produced now that you can run on your phone, your tablet, your computer, using Bluetooth technology, and how that all works, and I will try and put a link to that in the description below. Also found that very, very useful, and I will also put a link to the Facebook page. I can't remember the name. I think it's on Facebook for this Michael Edwards. It's something like, you know, speaking to the dead using sweep technology or something. I can't remember the name of it now, but it's an interesting page on Facebook. So I thought I just wanted to sort of share that and pass it on. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you no doubt in another video.